Part 2. Chapter 17. My eyes flutter open. Orange, yellow, and red circles swirl all around. Light filters through the dark sky. Everything is blurry. I can't make out any of the shapes. A loud ringing in my ears. It amplifies in noise, fades, and repeats the cycle. I cover my ears in desperation to block out the clamor and only succeed in muffling it. My wrist monitor blinks rapidly. I pull one hand off my ear to listen. That's where the noise is coming from. The light is yellow. I need remedy immediately. My knees are to my chest, and a cold, flat surface beneath hammers my lower back. I stretch out my legs, and my feet bang on a hard wall as a sharp pain shoots through my entire body. "Ugh!" I yell, but my raw throat feels like sandpaper was relentlessly scrubbed against it. A meek whimper releases instead. My head is throbbing. That has to be the right term. This is just how Gavin described it. Like there's a blacksmith in my head pounding away at a sheet of metal. Wait. Feel. I feel. I jump up to my feet. Ugh! Bending at the waist, I lean over in time as vomit falls from my mouth to the ground. Quick movements aren't wise. Every nerve is screaming at me. I straighten up again and wipe my mouth with my arm, despite my body begging to curl up on the ground. I take a step to the right. Bang. My toe hits a flat, vertical surface. Immediately, heat surges in me, and bile rises again. What may have been a minor bump feels like I kicked the side of a steel shed. I reach out my hands and feel another cold surface, similar to the floor. Using only my hands as a guide, I feel my way in a circle, and then once again to make sure I don't miss any details. All around me are flat surfaces. It's like I'm in a box. I blink several times and rub my eyes with my hands, desperately trying to see anything at all. As the shapes in the distance come into focus, I recognize I'm in the middle of Road D. Up ahead, slightly to my left, is the maintenance building, and one of the steel sheds is on the other side. The only light is coming from the light stones, and no one is around. It must be sleeping hours. This doesn't make any sense. I can't see any walls in front of me, but I can feel them. I have to be dreaming. I've never had a dream before where I'm in Impetus. I'm always somewhere else, running from something. This time nothing is chasing me, at least not yet, and I'm stuck. Avoiding the pile of vomit on the floor, I feel my way to a corner. I slide my back down it until my butt strikes the floor. Tucking my head under my chest, I pull fabric from my dress to cover my nose from the horrible smell. I wrap my arm with more material from my dress to drown out the beeping. I just need to fall asleep again. I will wake up, and this will all be gone. I don't dream for once. For the past 12 years, I have always dreamt when I sleep. Usually within seconds of reaching consciousness, I'm able to bring it to light, comparing what happened in it that differed from the others. I force my mind to recall what it could have been. Maybe I just can't remember the dream. Then the box, the vomit, being trapped down Road D and Impetus all rush back to my mind. I did dream, after all. When my skin tingles from the cold surface of the wall scraping my upper back, the truth sinks in. The scent of vomit confirms it. This wasn't a dream. The increasingly fast beeping of my wrist monitor is another reminder. Nevertheless, I don't want to open my eyes, as though that's my one wall to prevent the truth from seeping in. I squeeze them shut even harder, stubbornly refusing to acknowledge any of this and pleading with myself to fall asleep again instead. As the rest of me rebels against my desire, the pounding of my head leads the riot. The unbearable pain seems to glide through inch by inch, setting every nerve and muscle on fire. Soon I can't take it anymore, and push my body back up the wall until I'm in a standing position once again. Opening my eyes, I blink feverishly to get my vision to focus, and slowly the images in front of me are revealed. People are walking on all sides of me, hurrying to get to the homes or their jobs. I recognize faces that should be willing to free me. I pound on the surface of the wall. "Help! Somebody help!" I croak out. No one even looks in my direction. They continue to scurry by, either completely oblivious or purposely ignoring my call for help. Turning around in circles, my hands scramble along the walls, searching for an opening. The view is crystal clear, but I can only take a few steps one way or another before running into an invisible wall. It is a box. A glass box. But if I can see everyone, then why are they ignoring me? The blue sky is wide open above me and looks inviting, as though I could somehow reach it if I just tried. I bend my knees and jump up, my fingertips grazing what can only be an undetectable ceiling. Landing hard on my already aching joints, I fall to the ground, my left arm landing in the pile of vomit that has dried, caking my wrist monitor and hand with the crusty substance. I reluctantly get back up to my feet and wipe my arm against my dress to clean it off. My body is saying to give up. My mind is determined to find a way out. I strike the walls with my fists on every side of the box. Maybe someone can hear me, but no one even turns their head. My hands soon reach the same level of pain as the throbbing in my head and my knees. I sink back to the floor. The world is spinning. Somehow they put me in this, so there has to be a way out of it, too. I focus on inhaling and exhaling. It's hard to steady my breathing while the beeping of my wrist monitor grows in intensity. Even without looking at it, I instinctively know the light has changed from yellow to orange. Orange is new for me. The part of my mind that seeks knowledge is slightly in awe, prideful of seeing something so few other people have witnessed. I want to stay on this side of my mind because it's making the best out of the situation. However, logic and fear, this is definitely fear, blares a suffocating truth. I need remedy. I will die if I don't get it. Frantically shaking and tearing at my clothes and hair, I imagine a pill will fall out. Someone would have given me one. They wouldn't let me die no matter what I did. I drag my finger through the dried vomit heaps for remnants of a pill taken earlier. Nothing. I am desperate. I continue to pound on the walls from my position on the ground and scream until my voice completely disappears into a raspy cough. "Somebody, help me! Please, help me!" I am dying. People are walking all around me as I die. "Please, please help me!" Mr. Frank walks out of the maintenance building with a brown paper sack in his right hand and a box in the other. For a moment, it's as though he's looking right into my eyes. He can see me. I'm sure of it. "Mr. Frank! Mr. Frank!" I cry out, but my voice is too hoarse and my throat burns like I swallowed fire. He stands there, and for a split second, I think I see tears filling his brown eyes. Mr. Frank is never without a smile, but at this moment he looks sad. If emotions existed for him, that's what would be reflected. Utter sorrow. I'm glad he can't feel. This is all terrible. I don't want anyone to feel like I do. Someone calls to him from a distance, and he lifts his hand and strolls to them. As Mr. Frank walks by me, I am pleading for him to look into my eyes. Please look at me. I need you to see me, to rescue me. But he doesn't. His eyes are locked straight ahead at the person who called his name. Then he disappears from my sight. I lean my forehead against the wall and melt even deeper into despair. My face feels... I don't know. I put my fingers to my cheeks and pull them away. There is water on them. My face is wet. These are tears. I must be crying. It was probably my own tears that I imagined seeing in Mr. Frank's eyes. My body shakes and I can't catch my breath. I am dying. As I lie on the ground, all I can see are the feet of people in the community walk right on by. All I want is for someone to see me, for someone to help me. No one knows I'm here. No one can save me. I need remedy. The beeping is deafening. This is the end. My eyes flicker open to the sun shining down on the box and my face. I am not sure how long I've been asleep. The beeping is consistent with no disruption, a fast reminder this isn't a dream. I slowly sit up as my stomach churns. I am exhausted. Throbs. Aches. Pain. No part of me is separate from another. I can't tell what's what. I am one solid, excruciating pulse. Dreadfully, I lift my eyes and survey the surrounding scene with a tilt of my weak head. People still pass by with no glance in my direction. I lean my head against the wall behind me. I need remedy. I need this to all be taken away. If this is how people in the before felt, I am so glad they took away the feelings. I am so relieved they found remedy. I wish I could tell Gavin this. He was a fool to ever want this. Gavin. Oh, how I miss him. Suddenly, one ache stands out from the rest, and it's deep within my soul. I need him. He could save me. He won't notice I'm gone. He'll think I'm paired and no longer able to see him. He would rescue me if he knew. But if no one else can see me, he can't find me either. It's impossible. The pain is escalating. I turn my head away from my body when a clear liquid escapes my lips. My body violently shakes as I heave repeatedly. I touch my hair. It's wet. Moving my hand down my throat to my arms, I realize my whole body feels wet. The beautiful turquoise dress is damaged, saturated with dark spots that cover it and threads that poke out. This dress made me feel like I could do anything and be anyone. How far I've fallen since then. My head hits the ground as I collapse. I can't determine if I am in the vomit, but I don't care. I'm not able to care anymore. I'm too weak and hopeless. They left me to die. Now, I just have to wait for death to take me. Hours pass, but I am not sure how many. I gaze above with lifeless, open eyes as the sun disappears and the sky darkens. I have tuned out the beeping of my monitor, but the red glow is hard to ignore. We were warned about the red light. Death isn't too far away now. I mull over who would kill me and why they would put me in the middle of the community to do so. It's a pointless inner monologue, though. I will die with no answers. I wish I could see Gavin one last time. I wake up coughing. The sky is now completely dark. I don't know how long I've been here. My eyes refuse to open more. I have no strength to sit up. I hear a faint sound. I can't decipher what it is. My eyes droop. I no longer feel. I am running in a new forest. I've never seen this one before, and I'm not sure how to navigate it. The trees are much thinner, and there are many more of them. Sometimes it looks like I will run into one, but then the tree disappears. I run and run for hours. At last, I arrive in a clearing with the sun shining down on my face. This is the same field that knows me well, but the other end of it. I've never been on this side. Looking down, I see the smooth brown path below my feet. This is the one that Gavin was last standing on, calling me to follow him. But no Gavin this time. To the right is the back end of the massive tree that stands alone on the cliff. I am in awe of it from this perspective. The leaves are browner on this side, like the sun doesn't strike it the same way. The man isn't in the tree either. An ear-splitting noise makes me jump. Up ahead, the train is plowing through the other forest. Trees are knocked down in large bulks, proving nothing at all will stand in the train's way. The shrieking whistles are an intense warning of the danger that's coming. I sprint through the forest I came from. My heart beats faster. I can already feel the heat of the train. I glance one more time behind me and see it has gained ground quicker than ever before. I take a sharp turn to my left. Although they appear weaker than the forest on the other side of the clearing, the thin trees stand tall like an army ready to protect me. As I hoped, the threshold of the woods isn't too far away, so I dart to the cliff's edge. Without a second's hesitation, I jump over it. The water splashes from my cannonball as I sink further and further into the ocean. Water fills my mouth and nose while I drift to the bottom. Evangeline? Can you hear me? Evangeline, wake up. You have to wake up. A familiar voice coerces me out of my sinking trance. The cloudy water is so thick. I reach out my hands to find the source of the voice. I touch something covered with rough prickles. Open your eyes. Wake up. Evie, wake up. A warm hand touches my face. I'm delicately pulled back to the surface of the ocean. Gradually, I am lifted out of the water. My eyes open. I cough to spit out the water I inhaled. Attempting to sit up, an arm wraps around my shoulders, cradling me. I lift my head and see the light blue eyes I know so well it hurts. But finally, something hurts in a good way. Gavin, I choke out, but the sound is barely audible. Shh, no need to talk yet. Save your voice. He pulls me close to him. Wood chips, fire, and tree sap. The aroma calms me. I breathe in his scent, and a comforting warmth fills my mind and body. Gavin is here. Everything is fine.